Okay. Welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for taking time out of your night and coming on the show.
No problem, man. My pleasure.
Thank you. So, I wanted to start out asking you. I see you started out doing plays before film and television. Like, which which play did you have the most fun doing?
So I started doing plays like grammar school, high school, college. Then more professionally in New York, off Broadway. I did a bunch of shows. My favorite one was probably called Dirty Day, which is
Oh
like
no.
an Irish like almost like a Departed kind of thing. It was like a crime thing. It was pretty cool. That was at the Kirkin Theater in like 98, 99. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I was looking on like your page and stuff. Like, what was your very first either like TV or film role?
So, I mean, I did a bunch of like really small TV roles for a while. Like I was on The Sopranos. I was the best man. That was in Johnny Sax's wedding. That was a really cool experience. Gandolfini. But I guess like I really started getting like juicier speaking roles. I guess in like 2014, 15, when I did a show called Unforgettable, which is with an actress called Poppy Montgomery, who's great. The show only lasted maybe 2 or 3 seasons, but I played like a CSI crime detective for like 2 episodes, and that was good. And then from there, it went on to like different cop shows and like Gotham, and then it just got bigger and bigger and spiraled into what I'm doing now, which is kind of cool.
Well, yeah, definitely. And I wanted to ask, like, I saw that you were on the Sopranos, and how was it like being on set for such a huge series like that?
Yeah, so it was cool. So we shot that episode in a place called, I think, Great Neck, Long Island, which is it's I don't know how to describe it, but there's a lot of money out there, and we shot this like really like gaudy wedding hall to like really create the scene. But we were there for a week. It was great. I mean, all the people in the cast were great. I actually the girl who played the maid of honor, I'm trying to remember her name now, but she is getting huge. She was just, oh man, she was just in that movie with the guy from Lonely Island, the comedian. I can't remember his name, but anyway, she's doing a lot of stuff now. She was really cool. But I mean, Gandolfini, like when we shot in Brooklyn for the wedding scene, Gandolfini actually rented out a Good Humor truck and just had the whole crew just go over there and the cast and get whatever you want. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Yeah, was a nice guy.
Wow, that's really cool. I like that. And a TV show that I absolutely love was a show that you were on for an episode, Gotham. And
yeah, great show, man. Yeah,
it's such a great show. Like,
yeah.
Who did you get to work with on that?
So I worked with a bunch of them, like Penguin.
Yeah.
Robert was a good, great guy. The Riddler was there. I was actually Butchie's. Butchie. I was his henchman. It was the episode when like the Penguin was running for mayor. It was really cool. Yeah, really cool. Great. I mean, great director, great cast, great crew, great show. I mean, that was a great show.
That really was. Like, when I first started watching, I was like, I don't know how I feel, but then as it went on, I loved it.
Yeah, it was a great show. Great experience.
Oh wow, that's so cool. And you play a cop in a film called Still Here.
Yeah, Still Here. Yeah.
You have to go through any training for that? Like,
no. You know what it is? I mean, I think it's just with my face and my look. I just look like a New York cop, so I don't have to do much. No, seriously, I put the uniform on, and you don't have to go through training. I mean, you just watch a bunch of shows, you pick it up. I mean, I'm sure if it was something more procedural where you're whipping your gun out and doing stuff like that, maybe then you would. But for me, it was just like a detective and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. The actor in that was the guy I worked with was the guy called Johnny Wentworth, who was in Empire Records. Great guy, great actor. It's actually a good movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And you're I know the movie isn't out yet, but you're going to be in a wrestling film
Yeah,
about
yeah,
a very famous wrestling family.
yes.
And how did you get to be part of the film and play an icon in wrestling, Mr. Harley Race?
So do you know Harley Race?
Oh my God, yeah.
All right, awesome. That's awesome because so people who know wrestling know him. So just to backtrack, so the director, writer, and producer on this is a guy named Sean Durkin. Great guy. He won the awards, Sundance. Anyway, so I just finished doing a TV series with him for Amazon with Rachel Weisz called Dead Ringers, which is
Mhm.
probably going to come out in April. I
Okay.
play a character named Larry. I'm in 2 episodes. So I did that with him. And then I actually was called do to read for the Iron Claw for the role of Bruiser Brody. But
Wow.
it turned out that that was just to see me on tape. Like Sean knew that wasn't Bruiser Brody. He knew I was Harley Race. That was all just a thing. Yeah, I mean, the guy who was playing Bruiser Brody looks just like Bruiser Brody. So when this whole thing was going down in like the late August, I mean, I get these phone calls back and forth through casting, you know, and I guess that's kind of how. And then they wanted to know like my wrestling experience because when we shot the thing, they actually had a mixture of real wrestlers and actors. So like
Oh
my
wow.
scenes with my scenes with like Zac Efron and an actor called Harris Dickinson. Zach plays Kevin Von Erich, the only one who's alive right now, and
Yeah.
Harris I think plays. He doesn't play Kerry. I think he plays Dave. But so anyway, that was awesome. It was like a 16-hour shoot day. It's a big fight scene between me and Kevin. I'm beating him up. He's beating me up. The crowd's there. It was awesome. He shot down in Baton Rouge. And and you guys see my costume for this, dude. The costume went overboard. They actually built me everything from scratch. The Harley Race, what you call it, the robe, which has
Yes.
Harley a race in the back. It's like red, white, and blue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Custom boots, which were made in 3 different places: North Carolina, Arizona, and I think Texas. Custom Harley Race boots.
Oh my
It's just sick. So that was awesome. But I will say one thing: the wrestling coordinator on that is a guy I'm sure you know if you know wrestling was Chavo Guerrero Jr.
oh my God, yeah.
So, dude, him and I text him. He's a great guy. He's like, so he was there and he actually brought legitimacy to what we were doing. So, like, you know, because like some of us aren't wrestlers, like
Well,
Jeremy,
yeah,
who was in the Bear, and me and Zach, and we're not wrestlers.
yeah.
Some of the guys who were there, like, are wrestlers. They're both, but we're not really wrestlers. So, he really trained us in a couple of days, and it looks legit. I mean, it's really cool, and it's also the cool thing about this is that the movie shot on film, which you don't see a lot these days.
Yeah.
It's not digital, it's film. So it really gives it that cool look. But yeah, play Harley Race, dude. You're gonna be, I think you're gonna like it, man. Yeah, I have the whole Harley speech. Hopefully it makes the film. Just the whole scene with Zach. It's awesome. Like, I mean, it was really cool to do, especially in like an auditorium which they actually built in like they built the actual what's it called? I think it's called Sportatorium was the actual place it's supposed to take place, but they actually built that set like in a small like little warehouse in Baton Rouge. So it was awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be a really good movie because I mean, it tells the story of the Von Erichs, and it's like
Well, yeah,
it's
exactly.
sad. I mean, it's not a fun story.
Yeah.
And then the dad's played by Holt, who's a great guy. I mean, he looks, everyone was great. I didn't meet Lily James; she wasn't there when I was shooting, but
Oh,
everyone else was great. I'm really glad that you know Harley Race though. I didn't
oh,
realize
yeah.
how he was like an icon. I didn't realize that, right?
Yes, definitely. Like, because I don't know if you're a wrestling fan or not. Like, did you go back and watch matches of his?
Oh no, I watched. I mean, I watched a lot of his matches, and actually to prepare for the role to like get like the way he speaks and his cadence down.
Yeah.
I actually took the audio from like his YouTube interviews and just the
Okay.
audio, and I put it on Spotify and playlists. So in the morning when like I walked my dogs, went for a run, I just looped it and just to get his cadence of how he spoke every morning for like 2 months. Yeah.
Oh
So I mean, and then I just watched like, his behavior, when he walks into the ring and he's like this, just to get to totally get into character. Yeah, it was really cool to get to play someone like Harley Race, because honestly, I'm a wrestling fan, but not like a big wrestling fan. So when I was cast as Harley, I was like, all right, that's cool. But people were like, dude, you have no idea. He was like the man. So
yeah.
I'm like, cool. You know what I mean? They're like, he was like the toughest guy. So I was happy to get to play him.
Like my favorite feud of Harley Race is, of course, is Harley Race against Ric Flair. Like that.
Oh yeah, so Rick, we were supposed to wrestle. I think they're going to use stock footage because that one scene where with him and I is actually, I think, in the movie.
Okay.
But for time reasons, I think they're going to use like stock footage of us and the Von Erichs watching it, because the guy who plays Ric Flair was actually in Dead Ringers too. His name's Aaron Dean. He's a great guy too. He put on like 40 pounds to play the character. Yeah, I mean, you should have seen him in the getup. The whole wig, the Rolex watches, and they went all out. I'm telling you, like down to the boots. I mean, everything was custom made. It's crazy.
Oh my God, that is really awesome.
Yeah, and like when you see like Zac Efron like in like on like those I don't know, social media or whatever, he's really he got that jacked. Like that's not like any prosthetics or anything. That's for real. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I saw the photos when Zac Efron was first announced for the film, and he put on like so much solid muscle.
Yeah, and it's all muscle. Like it's legit. It's legit. Yeah. So that was cool. And like, hit the scene with him and me, we literally shot for 14 hours.
Wow.
Because it was literally like, it's a bunch of different moves and this and that. And, even though we had stunt doubles, they only did like the suplex. Other than that, we did everything else, because the suplex is like crazy. It's like, you know what I mean? Exactly. But other than that, him and I did like all of our stunts. It was crazy.
Oh,
it was. Nice. Yeah, wait till you see it. It's like it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. When I first heard that this film is being made, I was like so happy, because I'm a huge fan of all the wrestlers that are in the Von Erichs, Harley Race, Ric Flair, Bruiser Brody. Like I'm a fan of all those wrestlers.
Yeah, and I think especially for like wrestling fans, having Chavo Guerrero involved with this, because he's actually in it too. He plays a wrestler too. Yeah. But so I think having him involved brings some serious legitimacy to the movie in the wrestling community, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, Chavo, him and his bro.
Yeah. I mean, hey, when the movie's ready to come out, you never know. You might get some plugs on like the WWE or AEW or.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's how it works, right? I mean, I'm sure they'll be all over it, like, critiquing it, hopefully for a good way, because, I can kind of see real wrestling fans, looking at it, through their lens. And that's okay. That's cool. Because, I mean, I'm confident with all the hard work everyone put in. I mean, from what I saw, because I was watching some of the playback too, I was like, damn, it looks good. It looks good. So I guess you have to wait and see.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, Kevin Von Erich is the only one living out of all the brothers, and of course the father. Like, was Kevin Von Erich ever on set?
No. So I don't even think he was involved. I know, like,
okay,
I'm pretty sure Sean, the director, talked to him a couple times. Yeah. But I think he lives in Hawaii now. He wasn't on set, but he gave the blessing. Yeah, no. So Zac Efron plays Kevin Von Erich. No, never on set. No.
Okay.
But it was all shot in Baton Rouge, though.
Yeah.
Which was kind of
Damn, I'm like really looking forward to seeing this movie.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like I said, I'm so jazzed that Harley Race, because that's cool.
Oh my God, yeah. Because I mean, Harley Race started out as a wrestler, and then in his later years, he managed Like he managed
Yeah.
establishing Rick Rude, Vader.
Yeah. It's funny. Like I've been getting some messages and emails from people saying like, that's cool. You're playing Harley Race. Can you even act? Or like, how many cigarettes did you smoke to get into his character? And to be honest, I actually did think about it because I knew he smoked. But then I'm like, nah, you know what? I gotta stay away from that. I'll just get into the character because
Exactly.
I want to kill my lungs.
True. Yes. Now, did you get to keep any of the Harley Race merchandise?
Yeah, so I did ask for the boots, and the wardrobe did approve it, the wardrobe supervisor. But I'm gonna be honest with you. So like that night, we ended up shooting till like 12 at night. So I forgot to get them. So I put my request in. So we'll see what happens. Because the boots are cool. Because remember they had 2 pairs of them. Because my stunt double had the exact same pair. So I actually even put the word out today. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. I really hope you get the boots, and
I hope I do too. But you never know, I know, and if I don't, I don't. But I'm sure it'll be all good.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Iron Claw, yeah. This is like one movie I've been looking forward to because I know they're actually starting to do a bunch of wrestling films now, and from what I heard, I think they're making a movie on Hulk Hogan too.
Oh wow, good. I hope they didn't get Harley Race.
He actually fought him.
I don't know. You never know. I mean,
exactly.
Who knows, right?
And what do you like doing during your free time when you're not auditioning for films or TV?
I mean, I try and keep busy with like little side gigs and stuff like that. I do social media. Just you have to keep busy because roles like this, don't come along all the time. So when they do, you really got to capitalize them. And look, who knows what's going to happen with the Iron Claw? I mean, look, if it's released in theaters and make it great exposure, but you never know. So you just got to keep your head down and just keep doing what you're doing,
Oh yeah, exactly. You're right. And I usually ask guests when I have them on because I'm a big horror fan and my show has like a lot of horror themes to it. Right. Are there any horror films that you like to watch?
I mean, I like all horror films, seriously. I mean, I really do. I mean, even especially I'm a huge Halloween fan. Yes. Halloween is the actual holiday. But I also like Halloween, the Halloween franchise too.
Okay.
I mean, I like all horror films. I like more of like the older ones, like The Exorcist, The Omens, and stuff like that, because those things scared the hell out of me. I like the horror genre. I love. I'm actually thinking about writing and doing like a short 5 or 10 minute horror film. I've been thinking about it forever. I might have the camera and all that stuff. Yeah. Just I love the genre. It's just a matter of really, sitting down and doing it and putting pen to paper and then doing it. But that's definitely something down the road I'm definitely going to do because I love horror.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, I'm a big horror fan.
Yeah.
And the Halloween films are amazing. Halloween Ends, I didn't like it at all, but
yeah.
That's another topic.
Yep. Totally.
And you dress up this year for Halloween?
Now, you know what? I do sometimes, as like a vampire. This year, I really didn't do much. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh, you know why? Because I was flying. I actually flew down to Baton Rouge on Halloween. That's right. It's funny because I actually flew in. My first day was actually I got into Baton Rouge around 3 o'clock on Halloween day. And it's weird because, I'm there and I'm not really going to set until Monday or Tuesday, but I think it was a Sunday or a Monday. But a lot of things were closed where I was. A couple of days later, I'm going for a run and I find this huge haunted house right in Baton Rouge on the river. I wish I knew it was there. I would have gone.
Yeah.
It looked so cool. It was like the haunted. I didn't know it was there though. I would have gone that night. Yeah, I know.
I love that kind of stuff, especially during Halloween season, like going to haunted houses, haunted hay rides. Like I absolutely love that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. And what about music? Like, what kind of music do you like? What's on your playlist?
I mean, I have like a bunch of Spotify playlists. I like everything from The Weeknd to REM to the Red Hot Chili Peppers to U2, The Cure, Coldplay, just everything.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
And if you were at a karaoke bar, what would be your go-to song?
But at a karaoke bar, I might sing "Man on the Moon" by REM. I don't know
Yeah,
because
that's a
it's
great
yeah,
song.
it's a pretty like you know mellow one to sing, and people can
Mhm.
sing along too. And the words aren't that hard, I don't think.
No, they aren't. And what about like what's your your go-to drink if you were out? I'm not sure if you drink or not.
Yeah. So no. So I mean, I guess like I'm a straight beer guy. You know what I mean? Like any kind of beer. I don't really do the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't. It's just I mean, I don't really have. I don't say I don't have the time. It's just I'm always kind of busy, so you have to keep kind of
Yeah.
clear. But I mean, just beer. I would say I don't know Bud Light. Bud Light's fine with me. Or if I was
Oh,
Harley Race, I think he liked Bud or Miller
yeah,
Lite because
yeah.
Shavo actually knew Harley personally, and he told me that there were stories he was telling me where like Harley was like driving, I think Ric Flair or somewhere around, and
Uh-huh.
he actually had one of the guys in back. His job was to just keep opening beers for Harley. While and I asked, I said, Chad, was he driving? He's like, yeah, while he was driving. So he was smoking with one hand and he was drinking beers with the other. So the guy's job was to literally just keep handing him beers. That was Harley Race. And what are you gonna say? No to Harley? No.
Well, yeah, I know
I don't
exactly.
think you're gonna do that, right? So
Harley was a very tough guy. Like
yeah.
I read so many stories about him online and listened to wrestlers talk about him, and they said Harley Race was someone you did not want to get on the bad side of. Like
No.
he was really like strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Hogan actually told a story that one time him and Harley had this big beef, and Harley Race found out that Hogan was in town, like on in the same city that he was in, and he showed up to the dressing room with a gun
Oh
and
my
and
god.
and had the gun to Hulk Hogan's head, and they said Hogan was like shitting himself.
Oh my, and that's Hulk Hogan. Well, look, Harley Race didn't play around. You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
Well, I can't wait for you to see the beating I put down on Kevin Von Erich.
Nice,
Beat
nice,
down Kevin, little punk kid.
nice. I love it. I love it. I don't know if you remember like the Von 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 Erich's wrestling. Like they actually had their own wrestling league, and
Yeah,
that's where like a lot of the guys started out there, like the one man gang,
yeah.
Kamala, the
Yeah, I mean, like,
great
I only really
Kabuki.
know about it from like researching it but like now,
Yeah,
it comes to mind. But like, they had, the Von Erich, the brothers. Then they had the kind of the fake Von Erich,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
who's actually in a little bit of the movie, who's played by MJF or what's the wrestler's name?
Oh, the wrestler from
Yeah,
AEW.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So he plays like, I guess like one of the fake Von Erichs. But yeah, no, it should be good though. And I heard he's great in it too. I heard he's great.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. And do you have anything coming up next that you would like to plug? I mean, I know that
No. I appreciate it. That's it. The only thing I had to plug is just Dead Ringers is coming out. That's gonna be an Amazon series. I think it's coming out. It said in spring, so I heard April, but that's gonna be a great cast. I mean, it has like Rachel Wise. It has Poppy Lou, who's in Hacks. Britt Olds, who's in the Umbrella Academy. It's going to be a really good cast. And it's basically a remake of the 1988 Jeremy Irons movie called Dead Ringers. It's going to be good. It
okay.
has, sex, drugs, rock and roll, everything. It should be good. That's going to be on
Oh,
Amazon Prime.
sweet, sweet. And where can fans follow you at?
I mean, I guess like just like Kevin. Any of my handles is Kevin Anton at
Okay.
Kevin Anton.
And I apologize for the background noise. Like
No,
I
no, it's
said,
all good.
I
It's all
did
good.
the interview in a park since I locked myself out of my house.
Oh, you did great, mate. You did great, dude.
I mean, not bad for doing an interview in a park that
No,
everyone's walking around in, right?
I can't even tell. I couldn't even tell. It's all good.
Well, I want to thank you so much for taking time out and doing this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the Iron Claw. Like I'm
Yeah,
really
dude, listen, man. I really appreciate you having me on your show. Thanks so much. And if you have any questions or anything about the Iron Claw, hit me up, and
Okay.
I'll try and dabble some info that I can. You know what I mean, without revealing too much.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Of course.
Right. All right.
All right, buddy.
All right, my
Definitely
man.
have a good night, and thank you so much again.
All right, man. And go Harley Race, dude.
Go Harley Race. Long live the king.
All right, my man. Peace out.
All right, buddy.
Later.
Bye.